what's your stance on musicians in church demanding salaries?
Musicians in church demanding salaries. So for me, I think
Instrumentalists, to be specific.
okay, instrumentalists
And lead vocalists in some churches.
For me,
they pay lead vocalists in some churches, right?
I mean, I think the church right now is kind of commercial, and I would not say the church should not be run like a business, because then again, to do the work of God, you need finances, you need money. Without money, you cannot do the work of God, and that's for certain. But my point of view and my stance on this particular situation is, where it is wrong is the point where you have put a particular, you have set a particular bar, or you have raised a particular standard that, okay, for instance, if you cannot give me this, if you know you cannot pay me this, I cannot come to your church and play, I cannot come to your church and sing. I see it as a big problem when an instrumentalist will tell me, if you cannot pay me 200k, sorry, I cannot come and drum in your church. And no fees. If you cannot pay me salaries, I cannot come and do this and this for God. I mean, it's for God. I don't see a reason why you should not charge. And the conversation is going to go about, this is the
You don't see a reason why we should not charge.
I don't see a reason why you should charge. Okay. For instance, personally, I play the keyboard.
Okay.
I play the keyboard. And for any reason will I want to charge any church to play the piano? Never.
Mr. Daps.
Yes, sir.
I totally disagree with you.
I mean, that's the whole point.
Like, I humbly disagree with you. Now, this is a profession. Playing any musical instrument is a profession.
Yeah.
People play for concerts. People play houses. People play club, lounges and whatever, full time as a profession, and they get paid for it. Now, even though the church is not considered a conventional business environment, it's like a trustee. They just have a board of trustees, and what's the term they use for this thing? NGO, kind of like an NGO, is a non-profit organization. But the reality is the church makes profits.
How did you know? Where's your evidence?
Tithes have been paid. I pay tithes.
Where is your? I'm nobody they talk say they pay tithes. Where is your evidence that the church is making profit? Are you a church accountant? Let's start from there.
See, bros.
If you're not a church accountant, you can't come and say
so
that.
What product is the church selling? So why? Yeah,
the church is out here to save souls and lead souls to heaven.
So why are they collecting my tithes and offerings?
They're not. Has the church ever come to you and hold you on your shirt and say you must pay your tithes? How about
bros,
no? It's your choice,
let us go there. It's not my choice. So
it's your choice.
Listen,
10%.
You see this conversation?
They don't pay for it. I listen to Daddy Freeze. I
don't even listen to Daddy
Freeze. I'm big on Daddy Freeze, and when Daddy Freeze tells you that don't pay your tithes to your pastors are whatever. Bro, it's your choice, it's your belief. I know workers and ministers that don't even pay tithes.
Be calming down. Let me tell you. See, I grew up in a church where they have a church register where they list tithers. You go to church. Hold on, let me land. You have your tithe card with your name boldly written on it, with the amount you pay as tithe indicated on a monthly basis.
Should I not keep records as the church?
No, calm down.
Today,
Baba, let me finish.
You pay me tithe. I should not record that.
Why? No. You should not record it.
Why?
If you are looking at it from that perspective.
Why? How do I hold you accountable?
Now, relax, let me finish. And then if you miss your tithe for 2 months, the church is coming to you to say, bros, you are owing 3 months tithe. You need to pay this month's tithe. What are you saying? So, churches actually do, like, I'm talking personal experience. I was what they call full member. In this church, if you know, you know. I am trying not to mention the name of the church, right?
I can help you.
Please don't help me. I don't send you message. But my church people wanna know. Let somebody shout hallelujah. It's not redeemed. It's not redeemed. It's not redeemed. But this church, I'm telling you that. So it is such that if you have a problem, like say you lose a loved one, and or you fall ill, or whatever, you have a problem, and before the church reach out to you in terms of helping you, they first go back to your record. How have you been supporting the church?
How do you know that's what they did? How do you know?
Jesus Christ.
How do you know? See,
I am telling you about a church I grew up in. See, don't force me into mentioning the name of the church. Don't even go there. Don't ask me that question of how do you know. I am telling you facts. They will tell you, they will check, and they will clear you like you've not been faithful
with your tithe.
With your tithe, you've not been supporting your department, so we cannot support you. Then go tell you, then go knock on for your front. No be like say, no be fugazi, no be scam. I'm telling you facts, and they tell me say this thing. No even go there. Even some old churches do the same. It is this crazy, right? So if my parents are a member of this church, right, and I am not a member of the church. Take for instance, I'm a lady, and I'm going to get married. Right? And because you know how it is that the wedding have to take place in my parents' church. A ladies'
the
parents'
church.
So if the moment we are announcing the wedding, we are going to go back into my parents' record. They will go back into my parents' record first to check what are you owing the church. And then they will ask you to pay up. And then me, that I'm not a member of that church, they will say, because I am having my wedding in that church, they will give me a certain amount as payment for either the youth or whatever. Before the youth will support me, then the women will also come bill me. The men don't bill. Women are problem. So, but
see, I'll quote you from there, because I'll say, not every church. Not every church is a good church. And that's one thing. That's one thing a lot of people need to know. That's one thing a lot of people need to know, that these are the signs of the end time, and you need to look at your Bible.
Please give me that Coke, the best Coke.
And you need to look at your Bible in the sense that you should know when a pastor is giving you fugazi. You should know when a pastor is preaching legit. And the whole point of being a church person is, when your pastor tells you this, you should not take a hook, like a sinker. Go back to your house, check the Bible, shake God. Actually talk, say this and this and this. I'm big on, if you don't believe in tithing, by all means, if you don't believe in it and you're paying it, you're wasting your time.
See, so I guess you are missing the point I'm making here, right? And I will try and circle it back to the real conversation now. The truth is, unless we want to fool ourselves, the church makes money.
The church is not a profit organization. The church makes money to run the church.
They make more than enough money such that some men of God fly PJs. They own PJs. Let's not even go there.
Yeah, I'm not even going to have that conversation.
Any person that says the church do not make money, the person is only fooling themselves. Yeah, the church engage in a whole lot of charity work. CSRs and stuff. Yes, fine, good. Corporate organizations also do. And many corporate organizations probably do more than some churches.
Some
probably
churches do. My own church, we do CSR. Die!
My church said they do CSR over die.
Which church
but
is
still, that? I know they give any church any.
So I go fit come now. Me, I fit need CSR.
CSR. If you even come my church, say we go even church break brunch.
Serious?
Or something. Yes, now.
Where's your church?
There's your church. It's somewhere in Ikeja. I should even shout at my church. I should shout.
Your church. You're drinking Coke. You're drinking Coke.
I'm drinking Coke. I will not shout them.
I mean. I don't know what's your stance on Coke, but I mean, some people say that drinking Coke is not bad as long as you don't abuse.
But when you say Coke, when you say Coke, what do you mean?
Coke
you
now.
Say drinking Coke. Is it
why
like
not
Coke
children listening to this podcast now? YouTube will even ask you.
So what do you mean? What do you mean? Wait, hold on. What do you mean Coke? You are drinking whiskey.
No, I'm not drinking. Nah, Coke in my own cup.
Okay. This is what he's drinking.
Coke. Smell it. It looks like Coke.
But what he sent to me is what I am drinking. But the point I'm making is the point I'm making is right. And we go back to the real conversation is, should musicians in church be charging? And I'm saying that if church make money, if they take care of their pastors real good, why will you not take care of the people that help the pastor? I mean, imagine you go to a church where the music is poor. The choir is singing. You will not even want to be a part of that congregation. And then the people that is helping you bring people to church, you are saying you are not going to pay there because you are doing the Lord's work. And then you are paying pastors. It doesn't make any sense. Now, am I saying everybody should earn what they are worth?
Yeah.
So if I think as a keyboardist that I am bringing $1 million value into your church or your organization, by all means pay me $1 million. And that is when you think that the value I'm actually bringing is what that $1 million, right? But if it is not, tell them, Baba, this is what your service is worth. This is what I'm offering you. But I think it would be unfair. So it's not all people everybody that plays for church have other thing or play musical instrument have other businesses they do. So if you are saying, oh, you think it's unfair for a drummer, a keyboardist, a bassist, a guitarist to play for a church and then earn a salary from that church, then I think it's really, really unfair. We pay church admins now. We pay the church accountants.
Sure.
They do not work on pro bono basis. I mean, these people went, okay, so we claim these people went to school. But I learned to play this musical instrument, even though I will agree that some musicians actually started their journey in the church. But it wasn't just the church that sustained them. You play keyboard.
Yeah.
I
can play on 8 keys. Let's go.
This guy is not serious.
No. See, allow me to interject you on this point.
Go on.
I'm not saying people should not get value for their money, but I'm saying when the money is priority, when the money is above the reason why you are doing a particular task, that's when the problem is. If you are saying, oh, okay, I am playing for this church, and this church is giving me this particular appreciation. Now, thank you so much for your service. We see what you are doing, and we appreciate that you are doing this, and we don't take it for granted. No doubt, I appreciate that. I think that's only fair. My problem, and don't miss my point. My major problem is these days we see decadence in terms of instrumentalists in churches, where they tell you that I have friends that play drums, I have friends that play the keyboard, the guitar. When you tell you that, see, if you cannot pay so amount, bro, I cannot do it. Then those guys are no longer doing it to worship God. They're no longer doing it to elevate the gospel. At that point, what they are doing is they are commercializing this particular talent. And I think the church should be more about grooming talents in terms of instruments than hiring talents. I understand if the big churches want to pay, they can pay, they can afford it, no problem. If you can afford it, why not pay for it? But the moment that is the first priority of that instrumentalist, that's where I have a problem with it.
Okay, so can I bring up a rather not so controversial question here? So by your submission, it did not make sense then for me to pay to stream, because these days we all stream, right? It will not make sense for me to pay Spotify or Apple Music or whatever platform to stream a gospel artist, because at that point I'll be commercializing the gospel of Christ. Come on, but you have you ever heard the saying, the gospel is free, but Bible is not?
For sure, I've heard it, but I mean there are free Bibles too. Didn't you ever get those blue Bibles? Those small blue.
Bible.
But did they ever charge you for those Bibles?
Yeah, I mean of them you get.
When we
Only
the
New
TS,
Testament. Yeah, when you am there, very own.
It's in my house now.
It's in your house now. You play now. Only New Testament and Psalms and Proverbs. Proverbs.
No, that's a New Old Testament only.
I think they have big one. Yeah. But they don't give them out like that.
Before they used to give it out a lot, but now it's not as frequent as.
But then, how many people do they reach?
How many people does Spotify reach?
Billions of people.
The Bible also gets to millions of people in Nigeria.
See,
We don't have any stats to back it up on how many people get the Bible and how many people don't.
I do not have any of those Bible in my house.
But you acknowledge that you want
bros,
to see it.
you get Gideon Bible
You get now.
for your house.
You get that. No, it don't be a matter of
You
bringing
get,
down.
you don't get.
Have you ever gotten it? Exactly.
Do you still have it today?
That's not even the point, though. That's not the point. That's not the
But
point.
Bible is still not free, you have to buy it.
That's not the point. Some Bibles are free. If you need a Bible, text me. I'll buy you a Bible.
Okay, buy me a Bible.
No problem. I'll bring you in next to our shooting. I'll actually bring you a Bible.
But still, if I play.
But Bible don't cost though. A 9K Bible.
You serious?
But back to instrumentalists, Bible don't cost though.
So the truth is, instrumentalists should be paid.
I don't think
Like
so.
if you are interviewing for a job, and I think it's a full-time job, right? Some churches have 3 services on a Sunday. Some have 2 services. The same instrumentalists, right? They have midweek services,
Choir practice.
choir practice, and then I'll spend the whole day. Do you know how like I have a wife that sings in the choir. Do you know how frustrating it is for me? So that after first service, I have to sit and wait. My pastor will be looking at me like, John, not like this is the reason.
That's the way out.
But
Buy a car for your wife and you can go home.
It's not about that. Can she drive?
She will learn now.
Let her learn first. The moment she learns how to drive, she'll get a car and I'm free from many of this trouble. Yeah, facts. She knows this truth. So it's not like I'm flossing. But the thing is, she will have to sing 2 services. So it's not about she driving or not. That's the issue. The midweek service, she needs to be there. Rehearsal, she will need to be there. Night vigil, she will need to be there. Just to make the church look good.
So you're saying your wife should get paid? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm not speaking for her. I'm actually speaking for,
I was about to beat you.
for other musicians. No, I'm not speaking for her. I'm just citing her as an example. Right? She's not a professional musician. So, but I mean, for people that plays musical instrument professionally, and they come to you and say, "This is your man, I will collect monthly." If you cannot afford it, tell them. If they are willing to stay, tell them what you can afford. If they are willing to stay, it's on them. If they are not, but for people, because I've heard a lot of people trying to demonize these musicians by saying, "Oh, you are playing for God, you cannot prosper, if you not do this, you cannot get it." And I'm looking at them like, yo, you they make money. You they travel abroad every other day, go for vacay. Your children, your family probably not in Nigeria. Like one church will be say their pastor Japa, and not call the name of any church, right? And then your members are here. And then the people that are still keeping your church going. Imagine a church without good musicians.
I feel you.
Imagine that.
I feel you, and I see. That's what I'm saying. Like let's we're saying the same thing, but we're just saying the same thing from different point of views.
No, I'm saying they should be paid a salary. So it shouldn't be like a stipend to say, "Oh, thank you for coming." It should be a salary. I should negotiate like, this is what I want to earn. You are basically saying it should be like a stipend, like, "Oh, I'm giving
what
you."
the church can afford, let them give you. Don't let it be criteria.
If what you can afford is not, I'm not comfortable with it. I also have earned the right to walk out.
Yes,
I'm not doing it.
And not for once in this podcast have I said you cannot walk out. You can walk out. But the moment when you walk out, just know that at that point,
you are not working out from God, though.
I'm not
you are just working out from church. No, I'm just
God knows they serve him now.
I'm just stating this because some people probably be thinking like, yeah, if you work out, you are working out from the presence of God. Oh, you are not doing the work of the Lord. Baba, I'm still doing the work of the Lord. It's just that I refuse to be used by people.
True. So me, I'll say this because as we conclude, I'll say this because I think that, first of all, pastors need to do better in terms of appreciating instrumentalists that come to their church to play.
Pastors need to pay salary.
I'm not saying you need to pay salaries as pastors.
I am saying that. Pay salaries.
He's saying that.
I am saying
OJ
that.
is saying
Pay
that.
that. Pay them.
I'm saying pastors need to appreciate their instrumentalists because it's not easy, and to move the work of God forward, you need to put in effort. You need to encourage people, and as instrumentalists, let us not also make money the forefront of the reason why we're serving God. If you know you're out there to make money from playing instruments, play for concerts, play for weddings, play for weddings.
How many weddings will I get invited to?
I don't know. So double your hustle and play for those gigs. Double your hustle and play for those gigs.
It's like telling an accountant or an engineer that, if you think it's because of money you want to go and work for that organization and not for growth and not for whatever to sharpen your skill, double your hustle so that more organization will be paying you. You can be doing freelance, bro. Like that's like what I hear when you say that, right? And so basically, still in the mood of conclusion, right? I'm basically saying that everybody should be paid what they are worth. Mm-hmm. Now, I know what I am worth. I will state what I want to earn. Can you afford that? No. I mean, I've been to interviews and I've interviewed with some organizations where they're like, we really want you to stay here. We really want you to work for us. And I tell them, this is what I want to pay. I would like to earn. I want to earn from the organization. And they say, we cannot afford this. And I simply will tell them. And I have told many companies, but in that case, I cannot take your offer. So I will only have a problem with any musician that will choose to stay in a church and then grumbles and then start complaining that, I'm not getting what I deserve. I've not been paid well. Baba, you know what these people were offering. You accepted their offer. And then you start complaining. Don't complain if you have taken the job. But if you do not want to take the job, by all means, walk away. Yeah. And pastors, if you are paying your security in your church, you are paying your accountant, if you are paying your lawyers, if you are paying the administrators generally, and some level of church workers, pay the instrumentalists. They are also working for the I mean, so the other side of the argument would be that what about the ushers? What about the whatever?
Church go pay everybody.
So except members. Church pay everybody. At the end of the day, man, like it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. At this point, I think we need to draw the courses because it's late.
Is it?
It's late though. It's early.
My friend, get that.
Don't worry. Next week.
All right.
Next week.
I mean, it's been a good spot, man. Thanks a million, man. It's good having you around.
Yeah,
That's my G. Thanks for. Yeah, I mean, thanks for all you do, bro. You've been great. You've been amazing. Like I'm giving a special shout out, and usually I don't even give people their flowers, but I'm giving you. So I mean, take it.
Thank you, Jesus.
Literally, take it.
All glory back to God.
I'm
not even doing that. That's blasphemous. In the Old Testament, they have probably murdered you or something.
They don't even speak in tongues in the Old Testament.
Yeah, New Testament. If you're unclean,
grace.
Yeah.
Grace.
Shall we continue to say so that grace may abound?
Yes.
God forbid.
Abound. Grace abounds much more.
Yeah, now you say so. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for being a part of the evening.
Yeah.
Guy, appreciate you, man. Follow Daps on
Instagram at Daps Official, TikTok Superstar Daps, Facebook YouTube. Okay, no, sorry.
Okay. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Original OJ at Original OJ. Original spelled with a J like origin. Original OJ. Original OJ. Yeah, let's do that. No other platform.
Yeah.
YouTube, yes. Tattoo Podcast. And subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Tattoo Podcast. So follow us on Instagram at the Tattoo Podcast. Peace.
Yeah, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Bye.